Hey everyone, my name is Connor.
And I'm India.
And we're from Paranormal Encounters. In today's video, we're going to be answering some frequently asked questions that we get on our YouTube channel.
But before we get to the questions, we'd like to take a minute to talk about the sponsor for today's video. This video is sponsored by Neewer, who very kindly sent us 2 of their RGB 480 studio lights. And we've really been able to see just how well they work, and we've got some amazing footage using them. And there's so many good features about these lights that have really aided us in filming paranormal encounters. The RGB 480 lights come with detachable barn doors, so you can use the barn doors to direct the light where you'd like it to go, or you can take them off, and there's an ability to put on a softbox, so you can really soften the light if you're a photographer and you're looking to use these for your photography.
To run power to the RGB 480s, you have a few options you can do. You can plug it directly into the AC outlet. It comes with a cord for the light, or you can use a battery. Now, it does have this slot to put in 2 batteries in the back, but it only requires 1 battery to actually run the lights. Now, while we're shooting this video, we are actually using these lights right now, and they are absolutely perfect. They light up this room. We have no lights in here. The only light source is from these lights.
Yeah, it looks like the light's on. That's how bright these are.
The 480s have so much functionality. You have Bluetooth where you can control the light settings through an app, and this makes it super essential for us because when we're shooting interviews on a location, we need to be as much hands-free as we absolutely can. And with whipping out the app, a few settings, plugging in, that's it. You don't even have to touch anything, which is great for us. You have the ability to control the color temperature. You can change different colors on the lights. They don't just do natural light. You can do red, green, purple, all kinds of colors.
Now on the back of the lights, there's a really nice digital display. It's a really sleek design, and it makes it really simple when you're trying to change the setting.
And there is some fun features that they do come with. You can have party lights on it. You can do strobe lights.
Police lights. All kinds of fun settings. So, you know, if you have a film where you're needing the police to show up outside, put these lights out there. They have a setting on. It looks really cool. It looks real too.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
We love using these, and we have been able to use these lights on the last 2 episodes that we filmed, and they've helped us light up completely dark areas to shoot some really creepy shots of areas and the locations. And we've been able to actually shoot an intro to our show finally because we didn't have lights before. So these gave us the ability to make that happen. The lights also come with a nice carrying case, and this is something that's super essential for us, especially when we're traveling and we have a whole trunk full of gear. It keeps the lights nice and protected. They have their own compartment in the inside for each of the lights. It has the ability to put the tripod and everything else that comes with them inside of here, and they're nice and safe for long travels.
We'd like to say a huge thank you to Neewer for sending us these lights. They have been a great addition to our toolkit, and they've really helped us to up the quality of our filming. So thank you so much, Neewer. If you would like to purchase these lights for yourself, we're going to put a link in the description so you can go and check them out. And if you do use them, let us know how you find them.
And now on to our most frequently asked questions on our YouTube channel.
So we've got a list of questions that we get asked all the time on our channel, and there are quite a lot of questions that we get asked all the time. A lot of the same questions pop up every episode. So we wanted to make this video so that people have a place to get all the answers so we don't have to keep re-answering them. Are you ready to answer some questions?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so the first question, and probably the most common question we get on any podcast that we go on or any video, is what got us into the paranormal?
My family. And growing up, I had an experience when I was a kid, and my family would always tell me ghost stories about their experiences because my family also grew up in a haunted house, and I grew up in a haunted house. So it sparked my interest into the paranormal.
So my mum actually got me into the paranormal ever since I was little. My mum has told me this story about something that happened to her when she was about 12, when she went to this castle in the UK and she saw a woman floating in one of the towers. And ever since then, I have been just fascinated by ghost stories, and it used to really scare me back then, and it's funny because now, like, it takes quite a lot to scare me.
What has been our scariest experience? From the places that we've gone to, there's still only one place that sticks out, and that's St. Albans. It's just because when India had her experience in Rebecca's room, it just really took me by surprise, and to this day, still from filming episodes, we still haven't had anything that's topped that's been scarier for me. And it's just scary because I've never seen her cry on a location, and then she just wasn't, to me, acting normal because she didn't want to leave the room, and it just took me by surprise and really made me concerned because I've never really witnessed that before. So
I'm sorry I scared you. I'm sorry I was your scariest experience. One of the scariest experiences that I've had was when we were filming at the house from our Haunted House series, and actually the camera was not rolling at this time. We were on a break. I think it was the second episode that we filmed there, and I was standing in the dining room and had a coat on, and I felt somebody tug on the hood of my coat, and I thought somebody was playing a joke on me because that's how real it felt. And I screamed, and Tyler just happened to be standing next to me, and he threw a chair because I scared him so bad. That's the only time I've ever screamed on an investigation.
yeah, I remember that now.
What has been our favorite place to investigate?
For me, I have a lot of favorites, and they're all favorites by different things and different reasons to why they're my favorite. So in other words, almost every place we've gone to has been my favorite, but some things stick out more than others.
My favorite place is Whispers Estate. It's just weird. The whole place is weird, and both times that we've been, we've gotten quite a lot of activity, and just very strange things that can't be explained happen there.
It's definitely your idea of what a haunted house should be, because you go to some places and you'll feel like it's haunted, and then you'll come back and you won't feel like it's haunted. But when you go to Whispers Estate, every time you walk in the door, you just feel it's haunted.
Yeah.
And like it's definitely, it is a favorite for me as well.
I would live in it if I could. I would definitely live in that.
What is our favorite piece of equipment to use? For me, it has always been the spirit box, because I've had amazing results with the spirit box. And I like using the spirit box in different forms of communication, but it's definitely the spirit box because I like to hear what I'm actually speaking to, and I like having that instant conversation.
For me, my favorite piece of equipment is just a night vision camera, and my favorite way to use it is to just leave it running and either go to bed or leave a location, and then, you know, the next week or so I'm going through the footage, and it takes a long time because usually I have between like 6 to 9 hours of footage that I have to go through on one camera, and if you leave, you know, multiple cameras running, you have double that time. But it can be worth it. You can catch some really strange things, and we have caught some really unexplainable things when we've left the camera running.
You can capture some really creepy things.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be surprised what you can capture by leaving a camera running in a place where no one is in anymore. And we've heard some really scary stuff.
And we capture all of our EVPs on cameras. We don't ever capture them on voice recorders for the most part.
Which is weird, because you would think we would capture them as ghost hunters, you know, with a voice recorder, but we don't. It's weird.
Yeah. Who is the bravest?
I think everybody probably knows who the bravest is if they watch our show. But here's the funny thing is there's some stuff that India doesn't know. Like, she's talking about Whispers Estate, but when we were doing the Estes method in the servants' quarters, I actually locked her inside of that closet, and she had no idea until I told her afterwards. Because I wanted to see if something was going to happen to her. If she's really that brave, I want to see if she could stand being in the closet.
Well, I didn't know it was locked, so...
Yeah. It made it more fun for me.
I don't know if I'm necessarily braver than you. I think I just ignore it better than you do. Like, I ignore fear better than you do.
Yeah, and I think it kind of helps too, because like years ago I actually witnessed seeing a ghost, so it kind of like makes it really weird for me, because I have like this fear in the back of my mind, I guess, even though you want to go find this stuff and actually see it, because that's what everybody wants to go do. It's just the fact is that I saw a spirit, and it terrifies me to possibly see it in the complete dark, just like a normal human, because I wouldn't be able to know if it's really a human.
But it's funny because that's what we're there for.
Yeah, it's what we're there for.
But
yes.
you don't want to see it, but
yeah.
you do.
But I think the first thing in my mind would go to, though, is to think that's a real person inside of a building, because some of these places we go to, they're literally in the middle of nowhere, and I don't want to end up like I'm in a horror movie, found footage on our episode.
I don't think I'm very brave at all. I think a lot of the time, we'll get comments being like, that girl is so brave, but I'm actually terrified. I just don't show it very well. Going into these places in the dark by yourself, you don't know what's around the corner. It's terrifying, and I do get very scared when we do this. People
don't realize too, on our show you can see a lot of things in the video, but in reality though we can't see anything. It's literally dark. You're seeing night vision, so yeah, you can see the walls and everything. We can't see even 3 feet in front of us. We're literally seeing the LCD of the camera, or the little light that is emulating off of the LCD to be able to see where we're going. And sometimes it doesn't really work out when we run into things. Do we do any sort of protection rituals? No. There is some stuff that I do personally, just for myself. I like to go into places with a blank mind, but it's not really a ritual, I would say. But we don't do any type of prayers or anything like that. It's not that we don't believe in it or anything like that. I feel like if you go into a place with good intentions, a spirit will understand what your intentions are. And we always say, ask a spirit or the spirits of the location not to follow us home. Sometimes we still get spirits and stuff that do follow us home.
Well, you say that you don't not believe in it. I don't believe in protection rituals or, anything like that. I don't believe there's anything I can really do to protect me when I'm going into these places, just because that's not something I believe in. However, I do tell the spirits to stay where they are, and during our last visit to Whisper's estate, I forgot to do that, and of course we had a weird experience where we think something followed us home. So maybe I should learn to not forget to say that. But as far as protection goes, we don't do anything apart from say, thank you for letting us come here, you have to stay here, do not come with us, you're not allowed to come with us. Just try and be as polite as you can and make sure they know that they're not welcome to come with you. So one topic that we do get asked about a lot is demons. We get lots and lots of comments of people speculating that what we are communicating with is actually a demon. Contrary to popular culture, demons, or the idea of evil entities, whatever you want to call them, are not actually as common as you might think. I know that with paranormal entertainment right now, demons get you views. It's a very hot topic. People love to talk about them. They love to watch that kind of thing on the TV. However, most of the time, take it from us, most of the time you go to these places, if you are lucky enough to get any sort of interaction, it's always pretty much, polite, and it's like talking to another person. You're not going to go into a place and get savagely attacked. It's just not something that happens. It's not reality. And it's fine to believe in demons.
All the years that I've been going to locations and communicating with spirits, I've never ran into anything that has pointed to anything demonic. I think it's all in some people's psyche. Going into locations, I think you have to be mentally strong and not assume that everything is out to really get you in the dark.
Yeah. You just have to make sure that you remain respectful, and if you go around a place screaming about demons, you're probably not going to get as much activity as if you go in there and just speak to whatever's there as if it's a living person. You know, you have to be courteous and polite. So yeah, demons not as common as you may think. Doesn't mean that, you know, they could exist. Obviously we don't have all the answers, but they're not going to pop up at every location every 5 minutes. So the final question is, what advice would we give to somebody who wants to start in the paranormal field?
You stay away from the expensive equipment. You don't need to buy super expensive equipment in order to communicate with spirits or go into places and get anything like that. The first time I had ever captured anything was just literally on my cell phone, on the voice recording app. That's all I used, and that's how I started off on. And I didn't need to go buy a $3,000 recorder or $2,000 spirit box or anything like that, because it's not necessary. I think you just need the basics. You know, just go in a place with a video camera, use your phone app for voice recording, and that's all you really need.
So the advice I would give to somebody who's just starting out in the paranormal field is make sure that you're doing it because you enjoy it, because it's something that you want to do for you. Don't do it, you know, just to gain fame or popularity. Do it because it's something that you're passionate about, and do, you know, follow what you believe in, what you think. Do the methods that you like to do. You're going to have a lot of people in this field tell you what is right and what is wrong based on what they think. But remember that the paranormal field is not science. It's not set in stone. As long as, you know, you're careful and you make sure your equipment is working properly, you do what's best for you. And at the end of the day, only you are going to know what you experience. You're going to know what you believe, and you have to do it for yourself. That's the most important thing. Do it for yourself.
And remember, the one thing I started off on that was my downfall for a little while was I always tried to prove it. No matter what you capture on video, like India was just saying, you're never going to prove anything to a skeptic.
No.
Spirits do not work like circus animals. They're not circus animals. They will come out and speak when they feel they should be able to speak or they feel comfortable to, just like a normal person you go up to and talk to. So just be respectful, courteous, and know that you shouldn't go into places, in my opinion, and be aggressive. Just be respectful, and they will speak back to you.
So that concludes our frequently asked questions video. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments for us, and if we get enough, maybe we'll do a second video. Thank you so much for watching. We have more content on the way.
We appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch our videos, share them. We read all the comments, and we really, really appreciate a lot of your kind words that you leave us. Thank you so much for tuning in this video. More episodes are on the way.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
She took it out of my mouth. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know when new episodes premiere. Every time when we have a new episode, we always do a premiere, and we'd love to have you during our premieres.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and we will see you very soon.